Hello strangers, welcome to the mix. It's time for another weekly roundup and monthly roundup, biannually roundup, whatever we're at the moment. It has been a stupidly long time again, and as usual, I can fire excuses at you, but that's not what you're here for. You don't need to hear all the boring stuff behind the scenes been going on. I will, of course, touch on it, which you can skip through thanks to the nifty chapters and stuff like that I've now figured out in YouTube. So look in the, either for those or look in the comments section, you should be able to jump through this. Yes, I'm here. Sorry, we've got a bunch to show you. It has been, to be fair, a slower time. The summer always is a little bit slower in the sports nutrition industry because other stuff tends to go on. So whether it's a general thing about people going on holiday, which amazingly is happening about now, there are a lot of people clearly away. It's finally happened. The pandemic has relaxed enough and the vaccines and whatever it is to allow travel here and there. So stops some of us going stir crazy. But also in the summer, sports nutrition wise, there are a lot of competitions and it's kind of on season, all the rest of it. It's just people are a little bit focused elsewhere. They've got slightly different tasting products and blah, blah, blah. But I think brands tend to plow a load out in the spring and a load out kind of coming up towards Black Friday at the back end of the year. But in between, it's always sort of the doldrums. And yeah, we felt that a little bit, and it's compounded by shortages and COVID stuff, Brexit stuff and everything. It's still hard to get bits and pieces in, ingredients, tubs. I mean, there's loads of excuses from brands at the moment why things are running behind. But yeah, it's been a difficult time. Obviously, our eye's been off the ball because of the warehouse move. Obviously, I'm back here. I haven't found a better place for this yet. There must be one, but I'm in a counter, on the counter in our kind of makeshift trade counter shop here, which incidentally is open. Behind the scenes, whatever, the final verdict has been made. The shop, unfortunately, on Camden Road that we've been at 5.5 years, and I've been shooting these in and everything, our beloved Pick and Mix HQ is now closed. We just had to do that with the lockdown, really, with the team members going and being the inability to get more people in and train them up and everything. I just not being able to be in more than one place at any one time. We just had to make the call that the last few months we've got the lease there. We're probably just going to have to say, yeah, discretion is the better part of valor and not open the place. But we accelerated, as I say, open the trade counter here. And amazingly, people have been coming in. So anyone watching this, if you've been by, thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to have real humans in here again. But yeah, it shows it kind of works. So that's encouraging. And we obviously have parking here on the website, the visit our store page, all been updated, new addresses, same with our Google listing. It'll filter through changes here and there, but broadly speaking, if you are going to come and visit us, we are open during the week at the moment, not weekends, but during the week. And if you find, just don't go to Camden Road. We are just around the corner, but yeah, if you check the website or check the Google thing, it should point you to our new address here. Anyway, yeah, that's aside. Obviously, most of you guys watching this from all over the place, you're not going paying it a visit in the short term, so you're mainly here to hear about new snacks and bits and pieces we got in. So that's the fun stuff. So yeah, I'll get to that, but in fact, I will get to that right now. As a quick synopsis, so you know what to look forward to over the next, I hope not longer than half an hour or whatever I'm about to talk to you for. We have got brand new from Grenade, which is always exciting. Grenade. Well, everyone knows Grenade bars. They're absolutely everywhere, almost worldwide at the moment. So in terms of protein bars, I guess they are probably the biggest guys out there, full stop right now. So with their Carb Killa, we have a new one. It's not often, maybe a once a year type deal, they release a new one. And we've got a bar that they've had a lot of fun with, which is nice. But I have to be honest, it's called Fudged Up. So you can talk about they definitely didn't fudge this one up, or let's all get fudged up, or yeah, there's a great number of puns you can have with it. And I guess it takes a company Grenade size and scale who can have a little bit of fun with something that's going to turn up in supermarkets and elsewhere. So that's great. But yeah, Fudged Up bar, it's a souped up chocolate brownie. It's a lovely, lovely bar, as I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, they're not exactly pushing the boat out. They haven't gone too wacky with the flavor there. But yeah, souped up fudge brownie. Then we've got brand new, and it is really brand new. It literally came in the door yesterday, actually. So I'm shooting this on Sunday. It came in on the Saturday. Launches, I think technically, well, we're going to launch it now. So I think Friday was the launch, but it has been announced probably the beginning of the week. It took a while for the stock to come in, more delays. In fact, it was supposed to be out a month ago, but whatever. It's the Snickers Hi-Protein Crisp Bar. Boom, right here. We've got one for the plant-based folks. We've got the latest flavor from LoveRaw's rather delicious kind of Bueno style crispy wafer bars. That's salted caramel. Very good. These have done surprisingly well for us. There's no real protein in them, but yeah, delicious bars. I will show you those as well. In fact, I haven't even tried this yet. This came in when I was off the other day. And then we got a bunch of other stuff here that I don't think we've told you about yet. It should all be on our Instagram, quiet as it has been. Most of this stuff has made it on, or in our emails, or in the kind of beamer alert system on our site, the kind of the pop-up thing that gives you short snippets of news and latest launches and special offers and what. So you just go on the site and sign up for that. If you click up for the notifications, they can be a little bit irritating, but we don't do more than, I don't know, once every 2 days, and you can dismiss them quite quickly, but we actually are putting a lot into that. So it's worth signing up to that if you're vaguely interested in everything we do here. Anyway, yeah, most of the stuff has made it up there. I was going to wave it in front of you here just so you get the slightly more visual, animated, silly version of me talking about it. And there you go. So we've got some pre-workouty bits, we've got some restocks, we've got some pop squares, we even got something new from Ghost, which is amazing given how hard it is to get anything from Ghost now. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. So we'll dive into that now. I've given you the rundown on where we've been, what we've been up to, but it just, yeah, the sad reality is the video stuff here has had to slip down the to-do list because we've had some more important kind of firefighting to do across the board here. So it is still a big thing I want to keep going, and you know, I thank so many of you again for subscribing, liking, and all that sort of stuff, just because we were going quite regularly for a while there. But we haven't quite found the rhythm yet. But it's, yeah, I'm going to try and get back to it. I'll try and get a better backdrop for everything now. This place is more set up. But between, yeah, staff issues and isolations and dealing with, yeah, finally getting rid of the shop and then working our way around some stock shortages and stuff here, there've been one week after the other, there've been problems that we really could have done without. But I think we're through the worst of it now, and yeah, the world's in a bit of a better place, and yeah, it should be good for the rest of the summer. It can stop raining here in the UK, and then rolling into hopefully a good Black Friday period and stuff like that. As I say, it's nice having people coming in the shop again. It's nice seeing, in terms of this industry, trade shows sort of going. I mean, as we speak, I know there's Fit Expo I think that's in Liverpool. That one is on, and I'm seeing on social media quite a lot of people going there. Stands out again, like the Fit for Nuts guy. He's got a stand there. It's kind of cool seeing that. Obviously, we've lost body power for a couple of years. We're still technically supposed to be doing body power, so next year, hopefully, that'll go ahead, and we'll see a bunch of you guys there. We'll have some real fun with that. Yeah, those things going ahead, very, very cool, and it's a return to normal. And I think we've actually bought tickets for the Arnold Classic. That's actually happening in the UK, I think, for the first time, beginning of October. So I think we're going to be going on like the Sunday of that. So we'll have a walk around, myself and a few of the team members. We've not got a stand or anything this time around, at least. But yeah, cool to go and see that. Cool to go up to the NEC and everything, have a bit of an outing. So yeah, looking forward to that, a couple of months' time. Anyway, yes, everything's looking good, and products are starting to come in, and should be a good little while now that the world is sort of stabilizing, UK sort of stabilizing. So goodies. We will start with the grenade bar. We'll go in chronological order. In fact, that's not chronological order because it should be that, then that, but fine, it'll do. We've got the fudged up one. I'll bring this one round. Make sure this is filming. Yay! So, fudged up, you can tell what they were going for there. It's, they have a fudge brownie bar. They used to have a chocolate crunch bar, incidentally. They discontinued that in probably 2017, 2018, which was kind of the fudge brownie bar, but with a bit more of a hazelnutty spin. That was the general idea, but it got discontinued because it was a bit samey. So releasing this, again, one could say it's a bit samey again. But inside it, there are a few distinct changes and slightly different texture and everything as well. So I think they've gone back to a different factory, I would guess, manufacturer, than the chopped chip salted caramel and the white chocolate salted peanut and things that have done really well of late. Those are delicious bars, and they still remain the best sellers. Certainly that chocolate chip salted caramel is incredible. But this is a great one here, and a little bit different again. So it's just, yeah, again, lovely presentation from Grenade, good set of nutritionals on it. Again, it's the 230 calories a bar, maybe slightly higher than some of their others, 10 grams of fat, 1.7 grams of sugar only, 20 grams of protein. Yeah, it's gorgeous. You know you're in for a treat with Grenade stuff. And so, boom. Not a world to see from the outside. That's upside down, that's rubbish. So, come on, focus. Fudged up, and anyway, there's the bar. So, kind of outwardly, it looks a little bit like the chocolate chip cookie dough to me, and texture-wise, it's not dissimilar. It's got the same kind of milk chocolate coating. So, let's see if it's worth doing this one about. Now, the trick is, with this one, I mean, Millie's done some great photographs as usual, but you can see it's a chocolate protein core. And then it's got like the thing is the caramel's very thick on this one. This is, for me, the biggest point of difference. It's more like a fudge than it is a caramel, the usual low sugar caramel they put into these kind of things. So yeah, it's kind of golden brown. It's sort of like brownie batter sort of taste. I mean, it comes across to me like the Cadbury's fudge bar, the little chocolate fudge bar. I don't know how they go worldwide, but big ones here. They used to be kind of 10p, and I enjoyed a lot in my youth. It's got that sort of thicker texture. It's got that more fudge-like topping on it. So that makes it pretty novel and interesting. And it has the chopped chips from the chopped chip cookie dough. So the chocolate chips embedded in the milk chocolate there, same as in here. Very, very nice. It really mixes up the texture. It is quite a heavy bar. It's quite an after-dinner sort of experience. But... Sorry, that fudge does take a little bit more chewing. It's not a hard bar, but it's got some resistance to it. But it's very, very chocolatey intense. Instead of the more liquidy caramel, it does have that fudge, which again adds to the bite of this thing. But the milk chocolate's really nice. It's sort of my favourite milk chocolate that's come from the chocolate chip cookie dough bar. Very Cadbury's flake-like, very creamy. Combined with, the heavier inside, I guess it's like the fudge bar. Yeah, it's lovely. It's been quite popular, actually. It's the thing, when I found out it was a fudge brownie bar with a funky name, I sort of groaned a little bit, because you always want brands to push the boat out and do things differently. In Grenade, certainly you've got the cojones to do this. They've got the money to do this. And to just release a fudge bar, it seems a bit strange, but it's distinctive enough from the old, I think the fudge brownie might have even been their very first bar, maybe the caramel chaos and the fudge brownie. So yeah, a very old school bar from them. It's that refined, improved, pumped up, double, extra indulgence and everything, turned up to 11, that kind of thing. So if you're more a fan of the older school Grenade bars, this is one for you. If you're a big fan of the slightly fatter, slightly softer, almost Bear Bells-esque choc chip salted caramel bar, the kind of newer ones they've released, this one might seem a bit of a step backwards almost. But the flavors are great there, the chocolate tastes great there, and it does have almost a dark chocolate vibe thanks to that indulgence. So yeah, it's definitely worth a try. Whether or not it's going to rival some of the big hitters of late, like the chocolate chip salted caramel I keep coming back to, I'm not so sure. But it is a more chocolatey kind of Mississippi mud pie sort of experience. And if you're just a classic chocolate fan, it doesn't really get any better than that. And I do applaud them for that slight change in the caramel layer. I mean, that's getting very, very common now, the caramel layer in all of these bars, whether it's the PhD ones we've got here, the USN Trust Crunch, the Bear Bells bars, the Fulfill bars, very, very samey. But this one, by banging it up fudge-wise and almost giving it a texture in and of itself, it is a good twist. So it's definitely worth a try, as I say. And it'll probably rank maybe top 5 for you. Would it get top 3? Would it get top spot? I'm not so sure. But it's another delicious one, worth a try. And I don't know why they're doing this, because as a bit of an aside, we noticed Fulfill keep releasing bars that are very, very similar. So they had the chocolate caramel. They've got the choc caramel cookie dough, I think they call it. They've got the choc brownie. And they've got the chocolate deluxe, I think. So, there's 3 or 4 that more or less play in the same space there. So, I don't know what it is about brands thinking people like that kind of flavor. I guess lots of people probably just like the classic chocolate. So that's maybe what they're running with there. So, yeah, interesting enough. But yeah, there's some different things they've done here. They've also had a lot of fun with the name. They had a good marketing campaign for it as well. So, yeah, fair play, Grenade. You can't really step a foot wrong at this point. And as much as we can long for them to do wacky stuff filled with popping candy and everything else, it probably wouldn't sell big picture. So that's just me with a short attention span and wanting stupid stuff and fluffy unicorns and rainbows. Anyway, yeah, that's in the mix. That's in our Grenade fully loaded Carb Killa bundle now, along with, I don't know how many other flavors they've got, 12, 17, 13, loads of them. But yeah, they continue to do well, still always topping our sales charts. So again, well done, Grenade, for keeping your bars that popular over as long as they have done. Energy drinks continue to do well. We had a little promo with them a few weeks ago, so we have been doing some fun stuff. So I think it was if you buy any 6 cans of energy drinks, you got a free Grenade energy thing. So those new flavors, certainly the Cherry Bomb, the Buried Alive, have done very, very well. Yeah, I definitely check those out. Very nice and refreshing, and a good step up for that kind of range from Grenade. Anyway, there you go. What next? So we'll stick with bars. We will do the Mars Snickers High-Protein Crisp Bar. Mars, like Grenade, have really... well, they've invested, really. They've stuck with doing the high protein thing. As I said before, these guys keep releasing stuff. And in fact, we've got this protein powder here from them, the M&M's one, which I'll mention in a bit. I don't think I covered that in the last video. But yeah, Mars, fair play to them. They keep these things coming. And one could say they're a bit samey. We now have several spin-offs of the Snickers at the moment. But who doesn't love the Snickers bar? And at least they're trying to do different things with it. So there's obviously the Snickers high protein bars, the Snickers peanut butter bar, there's the white chocolate Snickers bar that's done insanely well, actually. We had that not that long ago. Now we've got the high protein crisp bar. So it's a milk chocolate coating. I should shut up and just show you. It's a milk chocolate coating on this one, not the white chocolate or anything again. And they actually have a crisp bar that they have in the regular Snickers lineup. So yeah, they're playing with the same idea there. So again, fair play to them for consistency and offering this, I suppose, kind of healthier range bar. Full on 20 grams. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Full on 20 grams of protein in here too. Very nifty. It's just over 200 calories, so it puts it in the same space. That Grenade one's like 230, 240, I said, isn't it? So it's slightly higher. This is about 220. 20 grams of protein. Pretty cool. Very shiny, very official looking and everything. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So to open this one, texture is what you're looking for here. Texture is what they've played with a bit. When it says crisp, obviously that's the different one. I mean, Snickers' trademark is having that big bite, satisfying hunger. You know, when you're hungry, whatever it is. So that combination of milk chocolate, of caramel, of nougat, of peanuts is a fantastic one. It's a timeless one, and it's I suppose it's known for that satisfying bite. Here they are just supplementing that satisfying bite with some Crispies, as you can see in the top. So, boom. Come on. There you go. So they've just bedded some Crispies in the top. You've got the same kind of triple layer. I guess it'd make it 4 layer, I suppose, if you count the Crispies now. Going through it. So me chewing this one for ages. If I just do a nice pull apart video. Yes. It's quite nice on this one. And I suppose the Crispies do make it a little bit soft. They're not quite cereal bar-like, but like Tracker bar sort of chew. So to be fair, that's quite a nice cross-section. We have got the strands of caramel there, fairly thin, fairly thin caramel there. You've got loads of roasted peanuts, you can see. You've still got that kind of nougat protein base, which is kind of a must in these sort of bars. Milk chocolate coating, quite thin coating, but you can see the Crispies in the top there as well. And that's all she wrote. So, yeah, it's very nice. It's got a very nice taste to it. Very distinctive. It's very similar. I think Millie said the same thing when she tried it. The chocolate and the general taste, the background taste of these Snickers bars, the M&M's bars, the Mars high protein spin-offy bars, the salted caramel and everything else, they have a very, very similar note to them. I don't know if this is a specific Mars thing. Same chocolate they use, same facility or whatever, but it is a trademark. It is a consistent signature across all these high protein bars now, and it does. I guess you do applaud that because you can tell it's them sort of thing. So I like that. I like that common note. It is more. The peanut taste is actually surprisingly subtle for the sheer amount of peanuts going on in there. I would guess it's the roasted peanuts are giving it the flavour, but they haven't actually bolstered it with a peanut butter layer or indeed peanut butter flavouring, which is what they've done with the peanut butter limited edition version of it. It's more consistent, it's more faithful to probably the original Snickers, actually, so fair play to them on that. The Crispies, probably I would have gone with more Crispies. They couldn't make the entire bar out of Crispies because it would have been like a cereal bar at that point, and they would not have been able to hit that protein. It probably wouldn't have been nearly as satisfying. But yeah, you could maybe have snuck a few more Crispies in there because the problem is the peanuts have a lot more bite than the Crispies. So at first bite, you're getting the crispy, then it kind of disappears with the caramel and the peanut. But hey, what's wrong with caramel and peanut? And then the chocolate note there. So the Snickers High Protein Bar is very nice. The Snickers High Protein Crisp Bar, unsurprisingly, is also quite nice. Is it going to replace your other one? I mean, nutritionally, it's about the same. They're still hitting the same protein count. yeah, I'd say if you've been buying these for a while, and again, they remain very popular, then maybe try jumping over to the crisp bar instead of the Snickers Hi-Protein Bar for a bit, just for variety. It tastes very much the same, very same signature note to it, and it's a little bit more fun, I suppose, with those crispies, and it's another nice bar. So, you've got to give a lot of credit to these guys, because they keep releasing bars when it's, they're not nearly going to sell as much as like a regular Snickers and a Mars bar, and certainly not in terms of count lines, confectionery, and convenience stores and supermarkets and stuff. But the fact they're still gunning for this kind of market and doing the functional foods and doing the healthier choices and the lower sugar things and everything, very, very cool. So fair play to them against a bunch of the other large manufacturers like, Cadbury's and Nestle, who had a go at this, as I've said before, and then just pulled out what with the Boost and the Yorkie and stuff. So yeah, it's another nice bar from them. It's another nice one to have. It's in our Mars Celebrate the Gains mix. And obviously it sits on site alongside the protein powders we've got. With that in mind, I will probably segue more quickly while we're doing Mars to the M&M chocolate protein powder here. I might have mentioned this in the last video, but it was very, very delayed. I don't think I actually had it in hand to wave it about. Now I've got a load of bars sitting here making a mess of the table. Let's just do this. Oops, now it's on the floor. So we've got the M&M's high protein bar. I'll bring it in here so you can see it. Again, quite cute, very official with the mascot and the characters. Wonderfully well done. Probably make lovely gifts as well as protein shakes. We have Twix, we have Mars, we have white choc Snickers, we have regular Snickers, we have Bounty. We've got a bunch of these at this point. We've got Maltesers too, actually. We have a bunch of these at this point, and they do okay. They do okay. They're not going to rival things like the Per4m or the Ghost Whey or the Select Whey or anything like that, but it's a decent protein powder. It has a nice texture to it. It's got those kind of signatory type flavors. It's obviously got a lovely presentation, so it still makes it a good protein powder. It's also quite good value too. So I will have to say we've had this for a while, and I should have done a video on it ages ago. I mean, we have tried this one. Slightly disappointingly, there are no M&Ms in it, so I will dispel that kind of that wishful thinking right now. I would like to have seen that. I mean, they've obviously, in the M&M protein bars, they did a great job, because there's the peanut one and the regular one. They are full of actual kind of, the M&M hard shell candy crispies. Really nice. In this one, they could have smashed some pieces of the shell up in there to make it more fun, kind of like sprinkles. They could have actually put a load of them in, a la, Ghost with their chocolate chip cookie dough and the cookies and cream, the Oreo they've just got, with actually having the real shebang floating around inside it and the texture. They didn't in this one, so bit of a missed opportunity, perhaps, and the fact that it's not a chocolate caramel or it's not even a peanut chocolate or anything like that, it does make it seem a little bit boring. So I think on the back of that, this is maybe being one of the slowest selling M&M Mars protein powders we've had in, which is a bit of a shame, because it's still very, very nice, and indeed in terms of tone, it's very close to, let's say, the Mars, the classic one, which continues to do quite well. So they're all quite similar in tone, same as the bars. But the chocolate M&Ms one, maybe if they called it chocolate caramel M&Ms or chocolate crispy M&Ms or chocolate peanut they'd gone with, it would have had more wow factor out of the gate. But I mean, the sales are sort of picking up over time as more people are trying this, and it's just a very nice chocolatey shake. So it's got that same sort of malty overtone as a lot of the other Mars shakes have here, but it's, you could accuse it of being a tiny bit samey, but aside from that, it's still a very nice shake. So if you're a fan of these Mars ones and this is the one you haven't tried yet, you won't be disappointed with it. I personally prefer probably the Snickers one. I do like the peanut angle to these things, and I really like the Maltesers one because it goes quite well with the maltiness of the base. It was an obvious one doing Maltesers. So yeah, they're good kind of fun, slightly novelty type ones. But yeah, the chocolate M&M one is in the mix now. I don't know if they're going to do a peanut. I would love it if they did the peanut in the yellow bag. That would be insane, and I bet you that would sell loads better. But they ran with the chocolate for now. Yeah, it's in the mix. It's like 22 quid, 23 quid a bag. I think we've got on a special offer at the moment, actually, because we did pick up a load of these out of the gate, and they were doing some good promo on them and stuff, so we thought we'd pass that on a little bit. But yeah, that's on the site now, along with these new bars and the full rest of the range. We've got good stock on this at the moment. That's one thing we've not had problems with stock on, so all good. Anyway, jumping back onto snacks. Something a little bit different. It's kind of crispy, so I guess it's a good segue. But this is one for vegans amongst you, plant-based folks. It's from LoveRaw, who are a pretty awesome vegan chocolate manufacturer. So they've had some good fun with it. They've been doing it for a while, doing various bits and pieces. But we just picked it up the other day when they started doing their cream-filled bars, because they're just uncannily like Bueno, but kind of better ingredients than the straight up confectionery, and they are dairy free and the rest of it, which is, yeah, big kudos for that. So cool trying something that is a vegan chocolate that you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference from the original product. And certainly when they did like a white chocolate one, really nice, and now a salted caramel one, complete with vegan caramel filling and stuff, very cool indeed. Yeah, I'll show you this one. As I say, I haven't actually tried it. So there are various promises, no artificial nonsense, no palm oil. So I'd say, yeah, better ingredients and they look great and everything. So love what these guys are all about. You get 2 fingers. So same deal. I'll bring it in, show you the close up. Boom. Yeah, very fun. Yeah, there's obviously cream with the at into that because you can't really use the cream when it's not a dairy product. So there's a lot of funny rules around this. That's why you get like milk with a Y and things like that. And inside the pack, hello, you get, you notice I actually did get a haircut as well. So thank God for that. I mean, this is getting increasingly grey, but at least I still have hair. But yeah, I always apologise when it goes completely wacky and mad and I look like a mad professor. But I did finally get it done post-lockdown, so feeling much better for that. Now I just need to lose my vampire-like white skin. Yeah, there you go. So as you say, it's got a nice caramaki sort of golden, kind of golden, sort of beigey colouring. So that goes with the caramel thing. Be careful handling this because they are very melty. Yeah, if you can hear that rattling incidentally, it's just a big shutter door with the warehouse, and it's obviously windy outside, more crap weather, and it's, yeah, as it hits, it shakes in the frame, it makes quite a lot of noise, it echoes around. So it's got the chocolate drizzle coating on it, it's got the golden thing, so, there you go. You can see, please, come on. How can I make this focus on that? With great difficulty, there you go. Yeah, actual caramel filling. It's got the wafer going all around it, the chocolate coating on that as well. Very, very light, very, very sweet. Yeah, it's a kind of burnt caramel toffee sort of. It's richer than Caramac actually. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. It's a lovely, lovely thing. Yeah, that's dangerous actually. Very dangerous. It's no wonder these things do well. That white chocolate one is full on bueno, but I think that's just taken the favourite for me. Really, really nice. It's supposed to be salted caramel. It's not one of the salty caramels we've got, but it's a very, very deep, rich, kind of condensed, milky sort of caramel. So good. So good. So plant-based or otherwise, definitely try this. It's a lowered sugar type thing. It's not exactly a low sugar. There's no, I think it's like 10 grams of sugar or something. It's not a crazy one that you can eat with wild abandon, sadly. Certainly if you're watching your cacals. 120 calories for the 2 sticks. That's pretty good. I think that's for the 2 sticks, right? No, sorry, 120 calories per stick. So it's 240 calories for both. But I mean, it's so indulgent, so sweet, so wonderful. And it's got, yeah, we're not really talking all that much in the way of protein here. And it's not exactly a low sugar thing, but it's better ingredients. It's a lower sugar thing, and of course it's dairy free. So yeah, it's a really nice one, pushing the boat out for a kind of free-from category thing. So yeah, I think anyone's going to try that's going to love it, vegan or otherwise. It's a nice indulgent type thing. There's a good backstory to it. It's lovely branding. Yeah, great company. Yeah, we love these things. So, I mean, we will be sticking with them in the odd order, and we have waited for these salted caramel to come in, and they have not disappointed. Oh, anyway, something a little bit different there. What else? Snack-wise, I do have one more that I might run in here. It's more of an honourable mention. I've got some restocks. We literally just got these in as well. Kind of goes with this LoveRaw one here. Pre's puddings. So I'm assuming, I don't really know the backstory of this one. I know the aim was to create very good sort of free-from products, 5 ingredients or less. You know, best ingredients, no fuss, no frills, but just natural and delicious. That was the general idea behind the branding. Pre did, again, I keep saying, I think it's Pre, sorry if it's not, pudding. So I think these kind of low, you know, like a few ingredient, naturally sweetened, all natural. And I think, yes, they are vegan and they are gluten-free and everything as well. yeah, these are a new release from her. We didn't do the puddings or anything, but when these ones popped up, we thought we'd have some fun with it. We know people here like Pop-Tarts. So yeah, it's always done well for us on site. Obviously, folks here as well, we sell a lot of Pop-Tarts to the team. Certainly Marcus here smashes them. So we thought we'd try these, a kind of naturally free-from sort of version. She's called them Pop Squares. That's probably a very generous way of describing it because they're not really square. They're kind of a regular nuggety sort of things, but they're absolutely delicious. It's really surprising. And something for a vegan product, a gluten-free product, a free-from product, something with so few ingredients and lower sugar and everything. It's quite wonderful. I'm going to run with... Let's go with the classic raspberry jam, right? So I mean, like a sort of a fruity Pop-Tart style fillingy thing. And you will be very impressed with this. I mean, we have tried them all. We did a quick tasting on Friday as soon as they came in. Hazelnutter, the hazelnut is probably the winner. But there's a cinnamon one as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm a massive fan of cinnamon, so I'm always getting cinnamon. So that's always been one of my favourites, but it may not be for everyone. It could be a stronger cinnamon. It's quite mild, to be fair. Raspberry jam. So what you get inside here is 4 rather large, funny parsley nuggety type things. It's kind of like a cheesecake base is what this reminds me of. It's a little bit crumbly in that as well, but inside... you can see there's a filling. So in this case, it's got jam in there. It's not as runny. I suppose it has to stay put. That's why it's like that. There's a cinnamon one, and there's the hazelnut one that's kind of got like a bueno filling as well. It's not a nutty hazelnut. It's quite a sweet hazelnut. So very delicious. Yeah, it's got a sort of brown sugar vibe. It's kind of like you're eating, let's say, cheesecake base. It's kind of like you're eating sort of demerara sugar. Really, really nice. Naturally sweetened, I think. It's like date sweetener and things like that. Dates to sweeten. But yeah, for something so natural and something so unusual, it's quite surprisingly delicious, actually. So you get 4 of those per pack. What should you put on it? Better for you, better for the planet. That's wonderful. But they do just taste pretty good. And I'm guessing you couldn't put them in a toaster or anything, but if you warm those up, maybe zap to the microwave, it'd be really, really quite nice. So surprisingly good, come in cute little bags and everything. They're less than £2 a go. So check those out when you're there. And if you're in the market for LoveRaw type stuff, you'll probably love those too. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop there on snacks, at least for new stacks. Next one up, quick one for a spread here, fit for nuts. So yes, I'm sorry, I'm coming back around. Lucky you getting all these close-ups of me looking dishevelled. Fit for nuts. This is the best-selling, as you might imagine, biscuit butter flavour. So Biscoff style. So everyone loves that. And these are what, I guess they're peanut butters, but you probably technically have to call them peanut spreads. But they are 3 flavours at the moment. He's got an original one, so it's a straight-up OG peanut butter. He's got a chocolate one, so it's like a cocoa infused, and he's got, yes, the Biscoff one. So, funnily enough, actually, I think I said that he's at Fit Expo as we speak. I think he's got a stand there. But if you got a chance to try one of these, yeah, they're a little bit different. The texture is not what you expect. We can definitely say that. But essentially what we've got going on here is it's a low-calorie peanut butter. It's almost peanut flour that's been sort of defatted, and then it's been put back together again with, it's a pre-made peanut butter powder spread. You see what I mean? So you can buy, PB2 we've had in the mix for years, and it's this sort of peanut powder stuff. It's quite bitter in and of itself. It makes up quite a thin paste type thing. It's not great, but it's a super low calorie, 90% lower fat and all this kind of stuff, and you still get protein and some of the good stuff in there. It's you can bake with it as well. It's pretty cool. I think he's taken the general idea of that, which is this kind of too good to be true peanut butter lovers kind of experience there. So you get so much of the good stuff and the taste of the peanut, but with less of the fat and obviously a lot less of the calories, because so many of the calories in peanut butter, so many of the calories in peanut butter comes from the fat content in there, the oils. I think there's IMO and stuff in there. There's various stabilizers, various things he's done to it. Yes, IMO. Yeah, that's about it. It's quite a few ingredients, quite restricted ingredients. There's not a crazy amount in there, but obviously there's Biscoff paste to make the Biscoff experience. There's cocoa to make the chocolate peanut butter one, and then the OG one. But yeah, these are great. You can obviously spread them. They're a bit more like how would you describe it? Kind of like an icing. They are like a sort of cream cheesy kind of texture. I mean, it's perfect for spreading. And if you wanted to put it lavishly on top of bagels, crumpets, muffins, even a cake, it's actually perfect for that. It's got a really wonderful spread to it. It's maybe not so much something you'd want to eat out of the jar. It's definitely better put on something. But whether it's stirring into oats or anything else, I think you'll love it. And obviously the Biscoff one, by far and away the best seller. We've had to reorder it 3 times just to keep up with the demand there. But I think a lot of you guys will like that. Everyone loves speculoosy biscuit butter Biscoff stuff right now. So yeah, they're in the mix at the moment. And it's a little bit different, but if you're a big fan of peanut butter and not a big fan of the high calories that tend to go with it, it's definitely worth a try. Plus, it's pretty cute. Plus, they do a Biscoff one. What I will say is, without the fats in there, and the fats, the oils in peanut butter, nut butters in general, are a big part of the preservative aspect of that. So the reason peanut butters last for years is because they're essentially self-preserving with all the oils in there. When you take that out, you lose the benefit of the preservation that offers. So these things, I will say, when you open them, definitely store them in the fridge. Don't just put them in the cupboard. Definitely put them in the fridge to help them last longer. And still, they're pretty small jars, so you'll probably smash through it quite quickly, especially because you don't have to worry so much because they're kind of guilt-free, low calories. It's best to eat them quick once opened. So I know shelf life is something he's looking at trying different jars and stuff. But yeah, as a kind of top tip, and we put notices on site, you will want to store these in the fridge once open, definitely. Otherwise, you might get a bit of a shock. They do not keep as long as your regular peanut butter. So if you look at a kind of fresh, desserty sort of spread thing instead of kind of, that jar of Meridian that's been in the back of your cupboard for 2.5 years, you'll probably have a better time with it. Anyway, they're in the mix at the moment. I don't think we've done a bundle, but yeah, obviously the more jars you buy, the cheaper you get, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's right. Fit for Nuts done. Get that in as a bit of a different one. Okay. I will do energy drinks next and then supplements. Energy drinks, not a huge amount to rave about. The only thing is, I don't think I ever mentioned we got the Peach Fizz and the Orange Dreamsicle cans, Flavours of Rain in. So that brings it up to, I think, 6 Flavours of Rain. We've got the blueberry one, the raspberry has been out of stock, kind of UK-wide for a while. Again, this is probably tied to the shortage of ingredients, shortages of cans, all sorts of things. But yeah, that flavour's not around right now. It's not my favourite flavour, so I'm not going to mourn it too much. I love the melon one, actually, funnily enough, and the apple's always pretty good, quite refreshing appetizer style. But in terms of these new ones, I love the Peach Fizz one. So we've had girls come in the shop to get these. I mean, they are in some supermarkets, but a little bit tricky to get them. We've got them by the tray, and you can mix and match them and all this kind of stuff as well. So those two are in there right now. The only other energy things I'm going to mention, we do have a couple of new flavours actually of Raise coming in, the Rep Sports Raise product, quite a strong pre-workouty thing. It's still quite a smooth ride. We've not done anything with them of late. It's been a bit quiet on that front, but they do have 2 flavours, and in fact they just launched a 3rd in the States that we will probably get eventually, maybe end of the year. But the first 2 flavors, one of them's like a Miami Beach, I think. They're overdue. In fact, they should have been in this month. Probably going to be next month now, but delays in the States, that's the problem there again. They're coming, so look out for those and a bit of a launch there. We did get some of the US monsters back in. The watermelon, the rosa, and the sunrise, the gold one. But predictably, they sold out really quickly. So that we did have stock. We got more than we hoped for, but it still went very, very fast. So sorry, they've gone again now. But we will wrestle more in as soon as we can. Anyway, the only other thing I was going to mention is we finally got a proper restock on 3D. We are still minus the pink. So the candy flossy sort of one, and we are still without classic white, but that is coming back in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, again, we've restocked all the others. I was going to open gold now actually because a bit of a grey, drizzly day. A little ray of sunshine in this kind of coconutty pina colada one is always welcome. Oh yeah. Not the most popular flavour, incidentally, that. Don't know why. I think people don't really like coconut. But yeah, always one of my faves. Anyway, it's certainly a great summery one, and I'm not going to get away to a beach to sip a pina colada this year. So yeah, this is the best I can do for now. Anyway, we've had a restock on that, and the other thing is, you'll notice they are 12 packs again. The price is slightly keener on site. The RRP is down from $2.79, I think we put it to $2.49, so pretty cool, and you can quite quickly get them for a couple of quid a can if you buy a case and stuff. So some good offers on there. And they're now in 12 packs again instead of the ridiculous 24 can trays we've had for the longest time. So most of them are going to 12 packs, complete with cute, correct coloured bases and everything. I know no one really lusts after the cardboard and wrapping of something like this, but it's cool from our perspective, and it's nice the full consistent branded thing has come over from the States rather than the kind of generic packaging they had before. So yeah, they're in the mix now. We got most flavors back in, new price on them. Check them out. We're going to do some promos with them for sure. Some of those like buy 6 cans and you get an extra can free type deal. So look out for that one. We've had some good fun with that and folks like it. And there you go. That's the energy things done. So we'll jump into supplements. Ghost, we'll lead in with Ghost because it's sitting there. Badass Black, we've got Christian Guzman's collab pre-workout. Now, there's probably a lot I can go on about Ghost at the moment. And I guess the biggest thing is probably an apology for the poor stock. We've always had a great relationship with Ghost. And right now, it's a bit of a struggle because there's nothing really en route. I mean, they've got gaps in their own kind of the UK EU site, and we wrestle in what we can, we beg, we plead, and we do our very, very best. But the stock is worse than it's been for quite some time. So I think we've only got 3 flavors of the whey on site. Okay, they're nice flavors of the whey, but we've only got 3 flavors of the whey. We've got no flavors of the vegan whatsoever, which we're getting asked about constantly. So I'm so sorry about that. I didn't realize it has become our best-selling vegan protein by quite some margin. And there's just nothing else really out there like it. So we have some other nice vegan shakes, and we've got right here where they're doing. I'm blessed as well, I'm about to tell you about. But it's not the same experience as the Ghost Vegan. A lot of people have really fallen in love with that formula, that level of sweetness, that texture. And there's nothing else out there like it, at least nothing that we found as yet. So bit of a bummer because we're struggling to suggest swaps, and it's been out of stock for so long. But hopefully it won't be too long. I mean, every time we ask, we're told, oh, few weeks, but it's rolled and rolled. So, I mean, bear with us on that. But yeah, instead of complaining about lack of stock of stuff, we were very lucky to get some of the Guzman collab pre-workout. They rarely get a chance to share these things, but I think they're so aware and so sorry about some of the stock gaps that they actually did release some of this stuff. They did a protein powder, like a lemony, what do they call it, lemon pie one. No, they had a funny name for it. It was like the Guzman's mum's lemon something or other. But yeah, very nice, very different shape with kind of lemony cakey style pie pieces in it. They did a focus product that I don't think they ran as many of. That wasn't offered to us. I have to say I didn't even try that one. But yeah, the pre-workout I did try. Very, very nice. It's, I guess, a stronger Ghost style experience, but they've played around with the formula. And the big one is there's no beta-alanine in here. So if you're funny about beta-alanine, if you don't like the tingles and stuff, completely gone from this one. So that's quite a nice experience there. But there is quite a lot of, what do they do? There's a load of citrulline in there, betane's in there, Synactive is a new ingredient. Yeah, there's a few, so bitter orange extract in there, so that'll get you sweating a little bit more. 300 milligrams of caffeine, so it's a slight kick up from the EU version of Legend. Betaine. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of Legend, but souped up a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, you'll get a kick out of it. What I can definitely tell you is, well, I didn't feel too much of a different experience versus the current Legend that we've got. And there's Legend V2 around the corner, but we're still on the classic Legend here. I didn't notice too much of an actual hit difference from it, but it's a gorgeous flavor. And yeah, you know, you can't not Ghost on flavors. They do it better than anyone. And yeah, it's obviously a very badass tub and stuff. So yeah, it's nice to have something a little bit new is kind of how I'm approaching having this, because there's so many official collabs like the Bubblicious and whatever else, the, what have they done? Like the Sonic drive-through flavors. I mean, that Grape Legend as well. And there's been more in terms of the Sour Patch Kid. There's a bunch of things we've just not been able to get. And that's the slightly galling thing, because we know there are stock issues across the board, and even in the States, they'll be running behind on bits and pieces, but they do still keep releasing even the pre-workout things. It's just because of the licensing, they're not able to release it over here. So it's as difficult for us as it is for you guys, and obviously not having the vegan in, and so many of the wheys in, and yeah, I think amino's all gone, greens are pretty much all gone, burns pretty much all gone. I mean, there are a lot of gaps on there, and it's difficult. It's difficult because it's obviously a best-selling one for us and something I love to scream and shout about, and it's just there's not a lot for me to sink my teeth into, and indeed even the OG classics aren't there at the moment. So yeah, we do have this as a new one. We get bits and pieces of restocks on site. We did just get the cinnamon cereal milk back in, which is always one of my favorites. We do still have the marshmallow cereal milk. We do still have the chocolate chip cookie dough. I managed to stockpile those. There's quite a lot to offer you. They're on site at the moment, but yeah, we are still waiting on some other bits. So yeah, watch this space on Ghost. Hopefully it'll be back up again soon. Okay, that's the ghosty stuff done. Per4m. Now this is a bit of an odd one because it's a brand that, I mean, it's a brand that's not really a brand. I mean, they're great like quality products and stuff, but it's, as you can see, it's quite simple. It's quite basic. It's almost what would I call it? Like it's not like Ghost where they go to town on it and they go hell for leather on the branding and the influencers and the collabs and the marketing. Per4m is, I suppose you'd call it more of a value range of products. I mean, everything's a great price there, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still got some great flavors, still got some great formulas. You get a hell of a lot for your money. It's a UK one as well. So it's a brand that it's the sort of thing we've put in the shop historically, but we've not actually put up on the website. Just because a load of other places sell it. We've got, enough to be going on with promoting the PE science and the Ghost and the other things. We don't tend to put this one on the website. However, they've released so many new flavors, and many of you guys, in fact, everyone who's come in the shop has really picked this stuff up. They've released like a white chocolate hazelnut flavor, so again, a sort of bueno one, which is incredibly popular. They've released a carrot cake. Now, anyone who does a carrot cake like this type here is obviously going to get interest from us. So we'd seen the carrot cake, we wanted the carrot cake, so we'd all had half an eye on doing this. But they did a chocolate, so like a straight up Nutella one, and then we've got everything from lemon cheesecake. There's like a what do they call it? It is lemon cheese. There's like a blueberry muffin flavor. Oh, there is chocolate brownie. There's double chocolate. There's strawberry, obviously. There's vanilla, obviously. There's a banana. There is coconut that's actually surprisingly popular. They did like a dark chocolate raspberry as well. I don't think we picked that one up because combo I'm not a big fan of, but they've done loads and loads of flavors, and it's a good quality product. It mixes well. It bakes well. It's very, very creamy. I couldn't come up with an argument not to stick it up in the mix, actually, because we tried it. We loved it. It's a cinnamon donut flavor as well, for God's sake. So they've had so much fun with this, and yeah, availability has actually become difficult as it's become so popular. But yeah, broadly speaking, UK products, you can get these things in, and we can offer it at a fair price as well. So I think it's £25 for these. It's like £40 for the 67 serving like 2 kilo tubs. Really cool. And they've got those great flavors coming in. So, we didn't make a song and dance because there's not a huge amount marketing-wise to sink your teeth into with these, but the kind of quality of the product and the reviews going around, certainly the UK, for these things speak for themselves. We just didn't have to do that much work. We put them up on site thinking, go on then, we'll give it a try. And you guys went kind of crazy for them. So, we've caught up. We're trying to do more with them right now. And we've got a big delivery coming in the week ahead, including, yes, that white chocolate hazelnut that everyone's gone crazy for. So there you go. I mean, I'd bring it in, but there's not a huge amount to show. So from our perspective as this kind of marketing heavy company, we like making a fuss of brands and stuff. It doesn't give us all that much to work with, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a lovely product, and it's won by customer demand, really. So any Per4m's in the site, in the mix right now. We've got a load of it here in the shop as well. People, as I say, have been loving, but we get as many flavors as we can. There's just the 2 listings, one for the 900 gram tub, 30 servings, and then the 67 serving kind of monster tub, which is, yes, the best value. And there's a drop down with all the flavors on there and stuff. And you buy a couple of tubs, it gets cheaper and all this sort of stuff. And we'll try and sneak the odd shaker in and stuff with you as well. But yeah, no, it's a cool range. And it's one I did not think would do as well as it has done. But yeah, how people have gone crazy for it. So yeah, keep an eye out for the white chocolate hazelnut when it hits this week, and etc. And I'd love to see what they've got coming up next. Undoubtedly, there's some special edition flavors down the line somewhere too. So that's that one done. Okay, supplement ranges. Per4m, welcome to the mix. We've got EHP Labs. Now, EHP Labs we've had for a while. OxyShred was the big one we wanted in, something I've been after for years, and it's a much-loved product. They've been doing very well for us where we can get the stock. But we've got not only a few new flavors of that, like sitting here, the very cute rainbow candy. That's a limited edition flavor. And we've got, what's this one here? Like some stim-free ones came in as well. The appletini came in, but we've got honeydew melon that just came in very recently too. Very, very cool. We've just got the whey. So we've got the OxyWhey in. That is this colorful stuff here. So I've got a couple of tubs pulled out to show you. I think we've got 6 flavors of this. And raspberry ripple cheesecake. So this has done surprisingly well. Boom. Yeah, very, very nice tubs. It's fully disclosed, great ingredients. It's a US-made one, so it's a very good level of sweetness in there. It's technically EHP Labs is an Australian company, but a lot of the supplements are actually made in the States, and it's the big market for them, I think. Certainly, if you look at them on the internet, it looks like an American brand. But yeah, it's got a whole load of enzymes added for digestion that work quite well, noticeably well in this one. No amino spiking, all that kind of jazz they go on about. So yeah, fully disclosed. Third-party testing and the rest of it. So it ticks all the boxes in terms of a good quality product, same as all the EHP Lab stuff. They don't cut corners there, but obviously we like it because they've got fun flavors like peanut butter puffs. So that one there, you can clearly see with the color scheme and the font and everything what they're going for. And then raspberry ripple cheesecake. They've got a chocolate caramel that tastes uncannily like Rolo to me, or even Werther's Originals, a really, really strong caramel flavor. Ditto with this. There's a really strong kind of chocolate caramel flavor in there. It has inclusions though. So yeah, that has been the best selling flavor. This is probably number 2 actually. It is a mixture. It is a blend, right? So it's concentrate and isolate, but it does mix incredibly well. I would wager it leans on the isolate side of things. In fact, yes, whey protein isolate is the first ingredient. So it's on the thinner side. The Ghost shakes, the Perform shakes, a little bit more whey concentrate involved, so a little bit creamier. But this one is a kind of performance shake there because there's a slightly performance price that goes with it. But between the enzymes and the isolate and stuff, really well digesting, really nicely digesting product, and good range of very, very sweet flavors. So if you like sweet, you're going to like these. We've got a straight up, there's a chocolate, there's obviously the chopped caramel, there is a vanilla as well, like a vanilla ice cream. And have I missed something? Nope, I think that's it. They do have some special edition ones here and there. We'll try and get in what we can. But yeah, these are done quite well for now. But what this enabled us to do, and these things finally turning up, they're in customs for ages, is we've got a bit of a stack going on site. So there's an Oxy stack. So you can choose stim or non-stim OxyShred and a tub of the OxyWhey, and you get free shaker. So we've got these official EHP Lab shakers at the moment, so we're running that promo where you save a bit on the stack and you get this thing for free. So that's pretty cool as well. And yeah, that's on site at the moment. Go and check it out. It's a good growing brand for us, and it's certainly nice we can get the stock of something at the moment. So that one's doing quite well. While I'm on the subject of them, I will jump over to the other side. There's a sister brand of theirs, Blessed. So we push these a little bit. They are plant-based, they're vegan, they're free-from style shakes, they're very nicely done. And we've got quite a bewildering range of flavors now. So it's rare in vegan shakes that they really push the boat out with them. But these guys really have done. I mean, there's a strawberry vegan one, which is quite an unusual one that's been tackled on the shelf behind you there. But we had the peanut butter cups came in the other day, and we've got chopped coconut, we've got a salted caramel. There's a vanilla chai, which is a really nice subtle flavor. That's been a very popular one. But we've got cookie crunch right here, and we've got blueberry. Is it blueberry muffin, blueberry pie? Blueberry pie. There you go. Which is a nice lightly spiced one. I mean, there is a sort of cinnamony base there, so they've really picked up the kind of pie crust angle, the kind of home-baked thing, and then it's got that zing of blueberry fruit going through it as well. With this one, the Cookie Crunch, just a generally sweet one, slightly chocolatey, but it's got inclusions. So it's got little kind of soy, Rice Krispies or whatever going through it. And so it gives you a little bit of texture, and it gives you that kind of cookie crunch that goes down. Not dissimilar to how the peanut butter puffs here works, to be honest. So just a bit of novelty. And again, you don't tend to see that level of kind of fun and creativity going into plant-based shakes. So very, very cool. These are not as sweet and strongly flavored as the Ghost shakes. So people have been asking, I can't get vegan Ghost at the moment. What would you recommend? Well, I definitely recommend these for sheer variety and just like, well-formulated, elegant, good ingredient style product. And they come in 15-serve tubs as well. So you can try them without paying the full whack of a 30-serve just in case you don't like it. And vegan proteins are very, very subjective. But yeah, texture-wise, they're just not quite the same as the Ghost. And they certainly don't have the level of sweetness. That's the main difference there. So these are certainly a milder experience across all the flavors than the Ghost ones that are very, very sweet. So there you go. They're in the mix right now. Anyway, and we did get a restock on some of the other small tubs, and the salted caramel back in, and the strawberry milk in the big tubs back in as well. So yeah, very cool growing range. We've got more flavors coming as well. So there's some good stuff to look at there. We still didn't get the s'mores flavor from them, but yeah, that should be around the corner. And I think they do like a churros kind of cinnamony donutty sort of thing. So we'll hopefully get that at some point too. Where are we at? So EHP Blessed, fine. New stuff, G Fuel, we have got Crash Bandicoot tie-up, an official collab one here. So it's nice these are starting coming in from G Fuel for us. We have got the Wumpa Fruit. So yeah, obviously these are the things the Bandicoot, I guess, it runs around collecting. So remember that game from your childhood. They've just had some fun with that. It's a kind of, like a tropical mixed fruity sort of flavor, but it is well thought of as one of G Fuel's nicer flavors of late. So these are done fairly well, but it's in 40 servings, low calorie thing, sugar-free energy drinks, all the good stuff about G Fuel, gaming or otherwise. And I'm told we've got another, I think, 5 flavors or something mad coming in soon. So they have so much fun with it. I've just noticed they've done a Venom and Carnage collab sort of series of flavors like Black Ooze or whatever it is. So yeah, it's good fun. Gaming supplements in general have slowed down a bit, the sales in these for us. And I think it's probably because, again, summer's arrived, people are allowed out more. There's just less gaming going on. People are catching up with holidays, people are catching up with the wide world, whatever it is. But yeah, it's they still look great, and there's still good market for those as well. And we get a lot of people coming in the shop for them. So yeah, Wumpa Fruit, latest flavor in now. We got a bit of a restock on some of the other ones as well. Ooh, okay, pre-workout wise, keep going. We've got Alani Nu. We got a bit of a restock on Alani Nu. Mainly a couple of pumps, but mainly the pre-workout and some of the FitSnacks, the bars. But in terms of the pre-workouts, we've got Island Crush, Breezeberry, and Galaxy Lemonade. And we're moving gradually to the new branding across the board. Boom. There you go. Nothing really to see there. Labels always look quite nice and these very cute. It's not the strongest pre-workout in the world, but the flavors are great. The flavors are sweet. The flavors are fun. And it's a wonderful experience on this. It's got a good focus hit to it. It doesn't go crazy on the beta alanine, so the tingles won't really bother you. It's got a meaningful caffeine hit. It's a nice experience. It's a bit like the PE Science Prolific. It's, if you really want to kill yourself with it, if you really want to go nuts, it's a double serving. But for the most part, you'd have a serving and a half. It tastes good. It does the job. You have a good, clean workout without a crash. And yeah, there's getting some good creativity in terms of flavors now with these guys. So yeah, they're in the mix now. And we did get a restock on most of the other flavors too. So it's one of those products you'll never have a bad experience with it. And I think, yeah, they do taste great. So it's one we do find just sells itself. So yeah, nice products. In terms of the other Alani supplements, I don't know what we're going to keep getting in. Supply is patchy on it. We basically had to say goodbye to the whey from them. But I do like the pre-workouts. I do like the pumps. And indeed the BCAAs when we can get them in. A bit expensive, but very nice products nonetheless. So yeah, they're in now. I know people have been waiting for it. What have I got sitting around? Nothing. I'm going to stop there. There's probably more stuff, but the rest of it is updates. We've got restocks on... I've covered some of them. I guess the 3D was a big one. We've got some restocks on Ghost, but we've still got loads of gaps. PE Science, yeah, stock's pretty good. But we are waiting for the cookies and cream to come back in. I'm assured it will be coming back in. We'll have proper UK stocks of that. So if you give it a few weeks, we should have loads of those. But that first trial batch we've got disappeared really quickly. And as soon as it comes in, yeah, obviously well thought of. What else? We've got some blender bottles coming soon. The stock of the supply on site of those has been really poor. Sorry about that. But we were going to get the European because they come in from Germany. But we're going to have more of those coming back in soon. We have got, I don't have it to hand, we have got new from coming up ahead, Mountain Joe's this week. You might have seen us teasing it on our Instagram story, and indeed they have been as well. So Ben over there has been busy. It's been a little quiet for a while, but we have, I probably can say, yeah. I won't say what the flavors are, but we have 3 of them coming in the blondie range. So like the sort of white, actually it's not white chocolate, but in the brownie range of his. Sorry. So we have 3 of those. They're going to be awesome. We should get a nice early run at these here in the mix. I know you guys love it and everything, so we'll make a big fuss when those come in. So look forward to that. They are really something special. I think you'll be very impressed. And what else have we got coming up ahead? Well, I guess we were looking forward to this one. I was going to say this one was coming, but it's actually here now. I don't know. We're trying 1 or 2 new products as well. There's nothing really exciting we go on about now. We're still moving some stuff around behind the scenes. But yeah, I'm fairly positive for what's ahead in the next little while. And we're just trying to, we're trying to get Kodiak cakes back in and stuff. We've got Colonel Seasons back in, I should say, as well. That's actually here, so it's not too hard for me to wave it round. These cute little popcorn seasonings. Always been oddly popular for us. I don't know how people manage to get through so many of them, but we have these back. These came back in 2 weeks ago. We got loads of these, so stock's pretty good at the moment. If you're waiting for any of these, from the birthday cake through the movie theatre butter salted through to the milk chocolate caramel, there you go. That should about bring us back up to date. Covers a bunch of the stuff we've had in over the last 6 weeks or however long it's been since I've actually got around to doing one of these videos. So yeah, hopefully some of this waffling and some of this excessively fast speaking has helped you get some insight into some of these snacks and things and catch you up on what we've been up to here. I feel horribly out of touch with, well, not just doing the videos, but with things in general. I mean, the whole world, we've been so internally focused over the last little while that, yeah, it's kind of messed with my karma a little bit. So looking forward to getting back into it more now. I think the worst of the crises around the big move and around the pandemic and stuff, hopefully behind us, and the world can kind of proceed on further into normal. We do need to get some new stuff in. I think it's time for some new supplement brands, certainly, but it's just a case of finding something that's sort of worthy that we can bring in. I mean, snacks, we've always got more snacks coming in, but in terms of supplement stuff, I even looked at doing a pick and mix protein powder, but I was told at the moment, just in terms of getting hold of the dairy, forget it. It's not going to happen till at best next year. So yeah, it's one to kick down the line, but I'd love to, I mean, obviously protein is above the door. I'd love to do a protein powder of some description at some point. It would only be fitting, and now we've got the space to store it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll come. But we are going to yeah, try and get some more stuff to make up for lost time, I think, here, while we've been distracted through a good chunk of this year, and indeed lockdown in general, where we've just been firefighting. So yeah, it's good the world is where it is right now. So I hope everyone watching this is well and enjoying the summer, or what remains of it. It's amazing we're in August already. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and for still paying attention to what we're doing over here. And yeah, let's hope onwards and upwards from here on out. But yeah, try some of these new things. Lots of cool stuff still coming in, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.